Thank you, everybody, for coming to the Aaron Torres Podcast YouTube page. If you could do me a quick favor, see that little subscribe button at the bottom of your screen? Go ahead, click that subscribe button. Really does help our channel grow, our audience grow, and I really do appreciate it more than you know. So click that subscribe button. Appreciate your support. Now, here's the video that you came here for. And let's get into this because I thought there was a very interesting comment from John Calipari. Met with the media preseason. By the way, he said something about he got chased by an animal that he had never seen before or something like that. Chin Coleman was with him. But I bring it up because that wasn't really the interesting part of the media availability. Instead, he said something that I thought was worth noting about one of my favorite players in college basketball, and transparently a player that I think has totally gotten a really bad rap over the last probably 6 to 8 months, and that's DJ Wagner. Okay, so DJ Wagner, I think most people remember because we talked about him all offseason, was the number one recruit in America for most of his high school career. 2023 ends up as, the third, fourth best player in the rankings. Maybe it was 5, maybe it was 6, whatever. 5-star. Everybody thought he was going to be a one and done. His dad was a one and done under Calipari at Memphis. And everybody thought, okay, it's going to be kind of this cool bookend as Calipari gets towards the tail end of his career. His first one and done. Now his son playing for Calipari at Kentucky. And so the season happens and DJ Wagner's playing really well. Okay. Then he gets hurt. Then he comes back. And it was kind of that weird time where Rob Dillingham started playing well, where Reed Shepherd started playing well. And DJ was kind of the odd man out. Okay. So the season ends, doesn't go well for Kentucky. We know how that ends. I thought DJ was kind of the fall guy along with Calipari, right? Calipari leaves Arkansas, but the big conversation is, why don't you start Reed? Why don't you start Rob? Well, we'll get into the stats in a minute. But Kentucky's actually the best version of Kentucky last year was with DJ Wagner as a starter. I want to welcome a new sponsor to the Aaron Torres pod, Blue Chew. Fellas, remember back in the day when you were always ready to go? Well, things change. You got a lot on your mind. Your football team isn't very good. Well, here's the good news. That's where Blue Chew comes in. Blue Chew is an online service that delivers the same active ingredients as Viagra, Cialis, and Levitra, but at a fraction of the cost and in chewable form. To get started, it's so easy. Just go to BlueChew.com, consult with one of their licensed medical providers, and once you're approved, you'll receive your prescription within days. The best part, it's all done online. No awkward trip to the doctors, no waiting at the pharmacy, no stink eyes, no raised eyebrows, nothing. Thing is, though, I know a lot of you are probably wondering, Torres, does it actually work? Do you think I need to try it? Well, here's the deal. Try it for a month for free, and I think there will be no turning back, all right? You'll love it. Your partner is going to love it. Your football team may stink, but you'll be rocking like the 85 Bears between the sheets. So go ahead, try it out. And here is the great news. We have a special offer for listeners of the Aaron Torres pod. You can try Blue Chew for free when you use the code Torres at checkout. All you got to do is pay $5 in shipping. Go to BlueChew.com, use promo code Torres at checkout. You get Blue Chew for free for a free month, and you only have to pay $5 shipping. Again, visit BlueChew.com for more details and important safety information. Thank you to Blue Chew for sponsoring the Aaron Torres podcast. I bring it up to come full circle because Calipari was talking about this at his press availability on Tuesday. Producer Matt popped the tweet because, according to my buddy Curtis Wilkerson, who covers Arkansas, this is what Calipari said. Before DJ Wagner got hurt, I believe he was the freshman of the week 3 times. This was John Calipari talking about DJ Wagner, who says if he is healthy, lives in the gym, and has high expectations for this season. And so, look, we're going to do our college hoops preview, deep dive stuff over the next couple weeks, but I am a DJ Wagner stan, and I am a DJ Wagner believer, baby. Okay, so first of all, and we talked about it all spring long when he was in the transfer portal, what did I keep saying? I said, listen, go back to before he got hurt. That team, he was awesome, and that team was awesome, okay? Go back to the beginning of the season, as Calipari said, and I don't know if he got 2 player of the weeks, 3 player of the weeks, whatever. Just go back to before DJ Wagner was hurt. Early in the season, 22 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists against St. Joe's. 28 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, and a win over Marshall. 14 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists in a win over North Carolina. A SEC opening win at Florida. Remember, Florida was good last year under Todd Golden. He finishes with 14 points, 3 boards. And oh, by the way, at Texas A&M, 18 points, 2 rebounds, 4 assists. At Georgia, 18 points, 10 assists. Okay, that is who DJ Wagner was. And it's worth noting, even after the injury and even after he came back, he still ended up his freshman season as a primary starting point guard for a top 10 team, top 15 team, whatever it was, as a freshman in the SEC, averaging just under 10 points and 3.5 rebounds per game, or 3.5 assists per game, okay? 10 points and 3.5 assists for a freshman in the SEC is a very good season. Now, I understand he was he was the number 1 recruit in his class. Everybody thought he was a one and done. He was projected at the top of NBA draft boards. So if that's the case, I get it. He did not live up to that standard. But by any other standard, he was really good in the SEC a year ago. Let me take it a step further. And we have talked about this, okay? Listen, whenever I stand up for DJ Wagner, it sounds like I'm criticizing other people. But the bottom line is that Kentucky's best version of Kentucky, because we talked about it all offseason, Rob Dillingham, Reed Sheppard, deserved, to be clear, deserved top 10 picks in the NBA draft. But the best version of Kentucky, and I remember I did a segment about it after they lost to Tennessee at home. I'm sorry. It was with DJ Wagner at the point and those 2 guys coming off the bench. You can debate me, you can argue with me, but we discussed it at the time. DJ Wagner, during that stretch where Kentucky really struggled in the middle of the season, that was when he got hurt. Remember that 3-game losing streak? Florida at home, Tennessee at home, Gonzaga at home, 3 straight losses at home. That was when he got hurt. Did not play against Tennessee. Did not play against Florida at home. Did play against Gonzaga off the bench. That was maybe his first or second game back, and he was clearly not 100%, okay? What I would also say, and this sounds like a criticism of Reed Sheppard, but it wasn't. Kentucky was like 1-4 in games that he started. To me, the best version of Kentucky a year ago was DJ Wagner at the point, those 2 guys coming off the bench, Reed not having to be the primary ball handler and the primary playmaker, initiator, whatever. So this doesn't have to be a revisionist history revisit of the 2023-2024 Kentucky Wildcats. But what it does have to do is to say that I believe that this kid is due for a breakout 2024-2025 season. Now, he has to stay healthy. But remember, this is a sophomore now, experienced in the SEC. And if he can stay healthy with the guys that they have, by the way, that was the big thing all offseason. Oh, Arkansas doesn't have a point guard. They don't have a point guard. The number 3 recruit in America who was the primary ball handler at Kentucky a year ago is not a point guard. Like, what are we doing? Of course he's a point guard, and he's a really good point guard. And if he plays, then just like last year, it allows John L. Davis to play off the ball, almost in that Reed Sheppard role where he doesn't have to be the primary playmaker. Boogie Flan can be that Rob Dillingham spark role. I'm really excited to watch this team. Now, DJ's got to stay healthy, but I am here to tell you, if this kid can stay healthy, I am a believer. I'm a DJ Wagner stan. I don't know what else there is to say. Like I did just say, we're going to have plenty more college hoops coverage, some interesting guests coming up as well. We are starting to get close to that time. I love college hoops. And obviously, as we get deeper into the season, we're going to talk about it more. But right now, it is a lot of football.